So about this time last year, we had a stop work order on the front of the building here, the front of this house, until that we got that variance squared away, which we finally did. And what we did, we weren't allowed to work on the house, but my customer had a storage, so we went and emptied out the storage, and we came back here with a moving truck, to put her stuff in the house. And apparently the Karen called the building inspector on us. She called up the township, so they came out. I mean, you're allowed to move stuff with a moving truck. It has nothing to do with a building inspector. But anyway, she also told the building inspector my customer's car inspection was up. I mean, who do you call for that? If you want to be one of those little tattletale rats, who do you actually, you probably have to call the police or something, you know what I mean? But anyway, it's up again. And she already had the mechanic, and he told her it's not gonna pass with this headlight. See all the moisture in there? So we bought new ones. Got 2 new headlights, and we got a new mirror because this one got smacked up. So we're gonna replace the mirror and the 2 headlight assemblies. And eventually I'm gonna get her this bumper. But the place I'm getting it from, they won't just sell the bumper, they want to paint it too. So that's good. And let them paint it to the factory. Ship it to me and I'll install it for her. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna change these headlight assemblies and that mirror. But I thought that was pretty funny. The Karen told on my customer to the building inspector. I mean, I don't know what they have to do with car inspections. All right, so for this mirror here, got this little plastic triangle here, trim piece that goes here. So what you gotta do is you gotta take a flathead screwdriver and get in between this rubber and the piece right about here towards the, not all the way at the top, but down a little bit, to pry it out. You know what I mean? This little tang goes in this rubber piece. Then there's another one at the bottom there, and there's another one here. So you just pry them out nice and easy. And now we can get to the screws. There should be 3 screws, being that it's a triangle. And they're Phillips. There's 1, there's 2, and the 3rd one should be right there in the center. Sometimes they force you to take this panel off. I'm gonna try to do it without taking the panel off, but we'll see. All right, so I got the 3 screws out. They're right there on the seat. And it's a little tight, and that's probably because these are power mirrors. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take this nonsense apart just to be able to unplug that. Just how they get you. Some manufacturers have common sense and make it a little more easy. Everything is right at the triangle. The plug, everything. Just not with Subaru, I guess. Okay, got that. Nope, we're gonna have to take the door panel off. Thanks, Subaru, appreciate it, bud. Thanks. All right, so we got this little square piece. To the left, you stick a little screwdriver, pry it up. And then there's this little plastic triangle that holds it in towards the right in the way of taking that Phillips screw out. So you gotta play with it real carefully so you don't break nothing and pry it out of there. So we're gonna take that screw out, and hopefully this comes out, and there's probably another screw or 2, and hopefully it comes right off. All right, before we take that panel off, let's make sure we got the right mirror. So far, it looks good. And that wire is pretty long, about 16 inches or so, 12 inches. So it probably goes down a ways. So yeah, we're gonna take this panel off. Let's do that next. The mirror looks good. Feels a little sticky. I'm not looking to break nothing. See if there's any more screws anywhere. No. Come on, nicey nice. There we go, we got something. We got something. Nicey nice. Easy does it. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we gotta unplug these two guys. What we got here? I need two hands. Alright, there's another little plastic cover there and another Phillips. Let's run that out. Get in there. Nope. There we go. Alright. Now this should come out. Hopefully easy. What we got here, bud? We got the screw. Oh, here we go. There's a little bezel here. So we gotta click the bezel off. Yes, there's a little slot there. Take the bezel off. Of course, they do it this way so you break it, so you gotta buy a new one. Alright, so you gotta defeat these little snappies here. You know what I mean? They go in those little holes there. So you just gotta pry until you get them defeated and hopefully not break the bezel. Now the doors should just be snapped, unless Subaru does things differently. This panel should just be snapped on here. And we just gotta unsnap it. You gotta be able to get your fingers in there. Somebody already scratched it there, so I'm gonna go right there. So yeah, somebody's had this open. Nope. I got a little tool, let me find it. So yeah, I needed two hands and I used a tool like this. You get yourself a little tool like this or a trim remove tool. And I just pry it out here and they're just clipped in there. So once you get it started, you get your fingers back there, pull, move around, pull, move around, pull. So it's free now. Let's see if we can get it off. Alright, got that side off. Got that side off. Should be ours now. Apparently not. There's something else. There we go. I don't know, maybe the window was replaced at one time, the window regulator, but somebody had that open. We'll sit that right there out of the way. And here's the plug right here. So I'm gonna unplug that, needing two hands, and see what we got. So here we go, we got the old one here. It's the same as the new one. Let me pop this thing in real quick. So I'm gonna have to pop it through with the wire, probably plug it in just to hold it like it was, and then we can put the screws. All right, 3 screws are back in. Before we do anything, let's check and make sure it works. Put it on right mirror. Yes, nice and quietly, it works. Excellent. All right, now I'm gonna put this back together and we'll get to the headlights. All right, so we're all back together like it never happened. Everything's tight, got the bezel back on, got the screw back in. Actually, this screw here you don't have to take out unless you're replacing the handle. Just this bezel comes off. So the bezel's on nice and tight, we didn't break that. Got that screw back in, got the plate cover, got the bottom of the door all tightened in. They just squished back in. And let's move on to the headlights. All right, so the key here to replacing these headlight assemblies is the adjustment at the end, so you're not blinding people, so you're able to properly see. So my plan was, I got the cinder block wall in the garage painted. I'm back about 22 feet, and I remember reading something years ago about that. You got to be back a certain amount. But anyway, I was gonna put a piece of tape across. You know what I mean? So when I put the new ones in, I'm not gonna move the car, and I'll adjust them to that level. So. But look, these are crooked. Oh dear. The high beams are crooked. The left is higher than the right. The low beams are crooked. So I'm looking at that one joint there. I think I'm gonna go with the joint. So you see the one on the left? There's a joint on the block. I'll go over there and show you. I'm gonna go with that joint and set them there for later. And then if they're no good, she'll tell me I can make another adjustment. You know what I mean? I can either go up a little bit, go down a little bit. But you gotta adjust these things, man. You don't want to be blinding people. So now you can see that they're crooked. There's the right side. There's the left side, a little higher. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set them to this joint here. So stay on that joint. I'm gonna set both sides to there. It'll be close, you know what I mean? It'll be close. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape across and we'll get to changing these headlights. Just to give me a reference point, I'm gonna go off of there. So I don't know what kind of video this is gonna turn out to be, but I'm gonna let you know right now. You gotta remove the bumper to do it. So I'm gonna try to finish this off with just a half pulled off. This side is loose, but it's really attached over here. And like I said, eventually I'm gonna replace this bumper, but just not right now. And I need this to be able to be drivable for her. So the problem here is the bumper gets in the way. There's two bolts here that have to come out, and this is in the way. So I was actually able to do it just by taking the grill. I took the Subaru grill off, and I was able to, where's it at? I was able to use this, the big gun extension with a wobbly 10mm, and get in there. I forgot to bring my ratchets today like an idiot. I knew I was doing this, and I still forgot the ratchets. But I remembered I had that gun, so thankfully that helped me. So it's loose now. Those two bolts, there's another bolt up here. Then there's that plastic thing there, that white plastic donkey there. That thing, you gotta break that off because it comes with a new one. Good luck getting it out. You know, the old one, but here's a new one. So I'll rip that out of the metal and I'll just put the new one in. So I just wanted to give you an idea on these Subarus. Yes, the bumper has to come off so you can get the bolts out. And there's one other bolt that you'll never see without taking the bumper out that goes in that metal hole right there. And let's see, right here. That's a bolt over the side here. And it goes into the frame here. Let's see if I can get you in there. Right there, see that hole? So that's right around the side. But look at this, look at the difference. That brand new one compared to that donkey. And I got the passenger side too, so I'm gonna do all this and then I'll come back and I'll show you when it's back together, because my hands are numb, it's cold today, so I'm just gonna handle this. But it's all straightforward once you get the bumper off. All right, so I got the driver mirror in, the driver headlight assembly, and look at it. I didn't even make an adjustment. So maybe for the first time, this one was already pre-adjusted. You know, I did my van in the Trailblazer, I had to adjust them myself. That's pretty good there. So I'm gonna put the other side in now. Hopefully they both match up. So here we go, we're all put back together. That looks better. All I got left on here is the bumper. I'm gonna have to get that eventually. Let's turn them on, let's see what they look like. Here we go. I'm happy with that. Put the hazards on. No. There's a left turn signal. Let's try a right turn signal. We're good. Let's try the high beams. Nice. So we're going to save the old ones, the old mirror, the old headlight assemblies. I already boxed them up. They're up in the attic. That mirror's got to go up in the attic, you know, just in case. Because those are the originals made in Japan. So there we go, all back together. I'm gonna let her drive it a couple of days, and as long as it's okay with her, it's okay with me. But if anybody starts flashing or anything like that, maybe I gotta make an adjustment. But right now they seem okay. They seem low enough. Mirror looks good. It's a perfect match. I had a Mazda 626. I ordered one. It was a different color, of course. I had to get some spray paint and paint it myself. So next step on this is the bumper. But thankfully I was able to get it back the way it is, cracked, just for now, so she can drive it.